Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here today to talk with Lilia Shoshana Rae, who is going to share with us 3 questions to guide you on your on-purpose life. And I am so looking forward to hearing what Lilia has to say about that. So everyone, welcome to this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show live in the On Purpose Woman magazine and global community Facebook page. I'm Kathryn Yarborough. I'm one of the 2 hosts of this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show. I'm the global facilitator in the On Purpose Woman global community and the creator of the Manifesting Clients Academy. And I'm here with my colleague and friend, Lilia Shoshana Rae, who I am so happy to be here with and share her with all of y'all. Hi, Lilia.
Hi, Kathryn. I'm so happy to be here too.
Oh, my goodness. Can I tell people about you just a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Lilia Shoshana Rae, I have known her for over 10 years, I'm sure at this point, maybe 15 years. And she's been a light in my life. You're going to get to know her. She's both a gentle and strong soul. And she is passionate about her message and what she has to share with us that comes from her angels as well as her own journey. And I am really looking forward to hearing all that she has to say. In addition, she's an author, she's a healer, and she's a spiritual mentor. So, my friends, you are in for a treat with Lilia. And Lilia, is there anything else you want to add about who you are and what you bring right now?
Well, the connection to my angels is so important, and it's something that came to me in my mid-40s. So it wasn't something I grew up with, and I was working as a lawyer at the time, so it was quite a surprise to have that. But I feel so blessed for them to have come into my life and help me move in this direction that feels more like my on-purpose path. And they keep guiding me and helping me, including the messages that are coming through now that are so important for us to remember who we are. And that's that first question that I'm going to speak to. Who am I? And knowing that at depth.
Oh, okay. Well, let's wait on those 3 questions for a second, but I appreciate your jumping in with them. So I just want to highlight that the angels came to you when you were a lawyer in your 40s, which, wow, for anybody who doesn't know you, I keep seeing the serious Lilia, who was a lawyer and having this angel experience, and that you listened, and maybe it took a little nudging, but you listened, and it's by having that relationship with those angels who came and started nudging you, you are on an on-purpose journey now, creating your purpose life. So what do you mean by on-purpose life?
Well, I feel like we all have unique gifts, and it's as we share them that we're being on purpose. I feel that we were given those gifts for a reason, and that's our purpose in this lifetime. So sharing them in our unique way, we feel so fulfilled by it. So that's what is a clue, whether we're on purpose or not. So.
Well, I love all of that. It so resonates with what I know and believe. And I love that I can know, based on what you just defined, I can know that I'm on purpose when I feel fulfilled, because I'm really sharing my gifts. And what a cool experience. Gosh, what would the world be like if more of us felt that way?
Yes. It would be so different.
Wow.
When we're feeling fulfilled, we're feeling all those positive emotions. And we're also seeing our impact in the world and helping people and doing things that uplift and inspire. And even if it's a mundane task, but we're doing it because we feel called to help at the soup kitchen or anything along that line. I feel so blessed when the guy who mows my lawn comes. I'm glad he has that gift because that's something that I don't feel called to do. So I hope it brings him joy. It brings me joy.
I hear that, my friend. Yeah. Well, so what got you started on this journey of inviting people to live their brilliance? Because I think that's what we're talking about, this
Yes.
having that sense of fulfillment, sharing our gifts. When you talk about doing this live your brilliance work, that's what this is. That what this is?
Yes, it is, because it's the term brilliance really has two aspects, and the phrase came from my angels. So as I was looking at what to focus on for my second book, they gave me the title, Live Your Brilliance, and then said, look at what brilliance means. And one, it can relate to the brightness of a light. And so when we tap into our inner light and shine that, then we're living our brilliance. But there's that other part about getting in touch with our unique gifts. That's our genius. And that's how we live our brilliance even more. Because it's innate, it's in us, it's to be shared, it's there to be shared. So
that's interesting. I'm having this intuitive hit that there's a third piece to brilliance that you haven't uncovered yet. Have you?
No, but I'm getting that sense also. So maybe it'll come through today. I don't know.
Yeah, because I can imagine a presentation that has those three pieces about live your brilliance, because they're different. The shining your light, letting that, and then sharing your gifts, which are your brilliance. And then there's something else. Yeah, interesting. Oh boy. Let's see what we uncover today. So, my friends, if you are watching this live or the replay, let us know that you're here. As well, let us know if anything comes through you, because who knows? These things come wherever they come. It's really great. And you referred to asking the angels for help about your second book. We said you were an author, but we didn't name your first book. Do you by any chance have a copy of it right next to you? You can show.
I do. So here it is. There. Can you see it?
The Art of Listening to Angels.
Good. Yes.
Yes.
And they gave me that title as well. And I had been writing for, 5 or 6 years and not getting the acclaim as people read parts of it. It was like, there's still some work you need to do here. And I was ready to just put it all on the shelf and go in a different direction. And I took a shower and they said, write The Art of Listening to Angels. So I listened and I wrote it. And that tells my story, how they came into my life, and then gives some five tips for really tuning in. So anyone can work with that method to listen to their angels or spirit guides. It can be applied in many ways. So.
Well, I read your book and I really appreciated the simple wisdom in it, depthful wisdom. And I know I keep going, yeah, they're angels. I used to not even talk about angels, but now I'm like, oh yeah, there are angels here. And I'll be like, I used to talk to my guides, but I have this different experience with angels. So thank you for helping me listen to my angels. And I know that people can get that book. It's on Amazon, right? Is that
Yeah.
where people go? Okay,
Right.
so go to Amazon, The Art of Listening to Angels. And so what got you started? Okay, so what got you started on this journey of inviting people to live their brilliance? Did you want to say more about that?
Well, first, I had the suggestion from my angels to write this next book. And as I explored that, it became clear that it was about how we are to live our lives in the best way. And using angel help or any of our spiritual allies or spiritual gifts, practices. But the importance is we came here for a reason, and as we get to know that reason and the who. So I keep coming back to want to jump into those three questions because
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
because they're actually simple. You talked about, some of the concepts in my first book being simple but depthful. Same
Yeah.
with these three questions. They're as simple as they could be. And the first one is, who am I? And it's a question that we need to keep asking ourselves and really touching into it. Because what my angels want us to know and what they have asked me to share in my talks and my writing is that we are love and light, whatever that might mean. And it's in the exploration of what that means that all the depth comes. It's work in me, and I know it can be helpful to many others. And the other piece of this in knowing who we are, that we are that love and light, and then living from that place of knowing is different than just kind of intellectually, oh yes, we were created as love and light, and then we'll go off and do our living the way we've always done it. And that's not what this is about, because it's really getting into that place of knowing it for ourselves and living from that place, and then seeing what the difference is. And that's what has been the gift for me in sharing this message, that I am becoming more aware of how I feel. So that's my second question. We have, who am I? And then how am I? So as we work with uncovering and really discovering what it means to live as love and light, we see how we feel with that when we're in that place. And then when we're in our daily life, how are we showing up? How are we feeling? So I had an experience this morning that I wanted to share along that line.
Okay.
Because, as part of this work as an entrepreneur, I sometimes have to do work with technology. And I'm not that gifted at it, but I keep doing it because that's the way I get the word out about what I'm doing and how people can work with me. So I have to learn sometimes. So this morning I had something that I needed to do by a certain time, and the technology was not working the way that I wanted it to. And it was not working the way I thought it should. So you can imagine some of the emotions that came up. I was a bit anxious, a little frustrated, maybe a little angry. I was feeling a lot of different emotions. But having worked with these concepts, I caught myself and I realized, okay, Lilia, you are not living from a place of knowing you are love and light. It doesn't feel this way. So how about taking a moment to pause and take a breath, just like Kathryn's poster, just breathe, right? So important. So I got into that space of breathing and quieting and remembering what it feels like when I get in touch with that light and love as my essence. And my energy shifted, and I was able to work with the technology in a much more peaceful and calm way. And I actually got done what I needed to get done. So that was exciting, but that's one way to work with the second question. How am I?
That's beautiful. Just, and that sort of stuff happens all the time, whether it's technology or a person or the IRS, whatever it is, things happen and we're in a kerfuffle or whatever.
And even with just day-to-day life, we get into our habits. And if we're not bringing our conscious awareness to how am I feeling, how am I living in this moment, then we can get into those patterns and ruts and old habits. So again, two simple questions, and the third one is just as simple, and that's the why. Why am I? And that becomes more apparent to us as we really work with who we are. And there's the love and light. That's the catch-all. And then if you can think of a ray of light, we're our own unique ray of light. And in that are our unique gifts and our unique brilliance. And so that points the way to our purpose, our why. And so that's the third question to ask for living our on purpose lives.
So just because we are love and light is kind of what I'm getting. And then, and there may be more to that as someone dives deeper with that in the practice that you do and you're living your brilliance sessions that I know you're going to tell us about. And then there's the how am I in any given moment? Am I living my brilliance? Am I on purpose? Am I tuned in? And then this why am I, that we're each a ray of light, because we're all light, but we're in this big tapestry of what is. You are a ray of light that's unique, and I am. And that, when I'm tuned into that, I am living there. I'm living my purpose on purpose. That's brilliant. Thank you to your angels.
Exactly. Thank you, angels. Oh, that's brilliant for sure.
Wow.
Yes. So those are three of the most basic questions, but as we work with them, and they're questions that really we need to keep asking them, and that helps us get more focus on how we are to be in each moment, and then what we are to do from that place, each step. And it's almost as if I got the image as I was working with this morning, is when we get into that place of knowing we are love and light, it's almost as if our light, the light from the angels helping us, whatever, but it can shine on the next step. What is the next step for us? And we see that next step, it's not as scary as the far unknown. And we can feel more confident taking that next step. So that's all part of working with living your brilliance, because we tap into, we explore what it means to you, particularly to be love and light. And that can be an individual thing. And what I've come to understand, these terms, love and light, they are terms, for me, they are where the metaphysics meets science. Because as science explores how was this universe created, and what is consciousness, they are talking in terms of light. That I've heard some say that the Big Bang started with a photon, one element of light. And they talk about light having information. So I know when I get into those scientific books about this, it feels as mysterious as the metaphysical books I read too. It's like, how can that be and what? But they are coming together. So for me, those basic terms help me put the two worlds together in terms of what we know scientifically and what we know metaphysically.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
So when I play with love as an essence quality and I access love, what has come to me over the years when I think we are all love is that experience of the atoms, molecules and atoms, and how the protons and the neutrons and the electrons connect, and then the different atoms connect with each other to make the different molecules. And to me, that is love, that there's these different aspects of this great one, even at that level, that that keep coming together, and that everything within existence it's connected, but it's love, because that's what we are. That atom doesn't want to hurt that atom, and it doesn't. So in some ways, humans' behaviors is weird, that we could hurt ourselves or others, or that it's not about hurting. I guess it's just part of the expression, the varieties of which this great one that we're all part of shows up. But anyhow, does that make sense to what you're talking about?
It does. And that's why the two terms I feel are scientifically, they play in science as well as the metaphysics, because there is that attraction. I mean, the protons and the electrons, they're the positive and negative, the neutrons are in the middle, and that's the very basis of matter. And then we have, all of the stars, we have galaxies, and then we have the planet called Earth, and all the amazing creatures on Earth, including humanity. And that, again, see why it's so important for us to know ourselves as love and light at our essence? We can know it in so many ways. And so then that's when, as we explore that, okay, I'm love and light at essence. When I'm feeling it, see how I feel that peace that I just feel this joy inside that I can tap into, and then the excitement and all these good things. So I get that sense and I carry that out. And then when I check in at some other point, it's like, okay, how am I doing? Sometimes I'm feeling it, and more often not. And bringing it into my awareness, working with that, helping clients work with that, so we can do that more. And then we are radiating that love and light out as we're aware of it, and we're allowing it to flow as who we are, and then in what we do, the why part.
So I know that you use meditation with your clients and that you use it for yourself, and that I believe you have a free gift on your website for
I
people. It's a
do.
meditation. Yeah.
Yes. So on my website, Lilia, Lilia .co, that'll lead you to the website, liliashoshanarae.com automatically. And then under sessions, there's a free meditation. So you can do that.
Services. Is it sessions or
Under
service?
services. Thank you, Kathryn.
Okay, so lilia.co, Lilia.co will get you to Lilia's website, lilia.co, and then under services, you'll see free meditation. Sign up. You'll get the meditation, you'll get on Lilia's list, you'll stay connected, and who would not want to be connected to this beautiful woman? I mean, what gorgeous work that you are doing in the world. So I know that you've been birthing your Live Your Brilliance sessions, which is a way to take people through this process. Who am I? How am I? Why am I? Is that what you do in those sessions?
Yes. So we really explore the who am I? What does it mean to you to be love and light? And then as a part of it, is there anything that is blocking you or whatever? And that's when I call on the angels to come in and with their wisdom and guidance and their love and light reflecting ours, they give great inspiration and help in removing any blocks. And then I also bring in Reiki energy, which is powerful healing energy that leads to deep relaxation to begin with, but it has such healing powers, and it can be used either in person or on by phone or on Zoom. So it's an amazing, wonderful, I just love it to add all of this together because we don't want to stay stuck in patterns or with blocks that are preventing us from shining our light as brightly as we can and really tapping into that genius and being that brilliant person we are. So what I have developed with my angel team is a 3-session package. And for those watching this video, it's for only $197. And I really want people to experience this because this is what the world needs. As we know ourselves as love and light, our own lives are going to change, but the world will change too by our change. And so I want people to experience this and really live from that place of knowing and see how it changes their life.
So someone can start for just $197, get these 3 sessions, experience this process that the angels have guided you to do to help a person connect with their own definition of what love and being love and light is, right? And then clearing through anything that they have. And then it sounds like after that, if they still want to work with you, they could do more of this incredible work because goodness sakes, I know I've been on my journey for a really long time, Lilia. If I had started with you 20 years ago, I don't think 40 years ago, 40 years ago, 3 sessions would not have been enough, but it sounds like a really great way to start and just see what's possible.
To see what's possible. And then I know I need support. I have coaches and mentors and have had through my journey, and I think we all need them. So I would just like people listening to this to explore whether this is a way that they can be supported to live their brilliance, because that's what the world needs now.
Oh, amen to that, sister. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. That seems like a perfect way to begin to wrap this up. So tell us how we can get those, that special package.
Okay. So again, go to my website, lilia.co, lilia.co, and then under the services it's Live Your Brilliance sessions, and the information will be there and how to sign up. And so I hope you will join me in those, because I know just talking about them and developing them has been working me, and I know it's going to be just a brilliant service. I don't know. That came. Brilliance is coming through a lot of different ways.
I love it, Lilia. So thank you so much, my friend, for joining us here on this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show. Is there anything else that you want to say, like something you want to leave people with in terms of being on purpose or living our brilliance or anything?
Well, I just know that we all came here for a reason, and the world needs us all, needs our gifts. So in whatever way you find to share your gifts, I encourage you. And
thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. And for those of you who are watching, thank you for joining us on this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show live in the On Purpose Woman Global Community and Facebook page. And typically at this point, I share about upcoming shows. What I can tell you is that I don't know what the upcoming shows are. And because I was busy this morning, I was having my own outside of connect. I was not connected to knowing that I was love and light. And so, and I had this full plate and it didn't happen. And I needed you, Lilia. Anyhow, my friends, but I do know that Jenny Robertson will be back, I believe, tomorrow with another episode of the Real Women, Real Purpose talk show. She's got a few of them coming up, and then I'll be back next week. And if you loved this interview, please share it just straight from Facebook if that's where you're watching it. Or it's going to be up on YouTube. That may be where you're watching this. Share it from there. And we appreciate your letting your friends know about Lilia, as well as the Real Women, Real Purpose talk show and the On Purpose Women Global Community. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, our On Purpose Woman Global Community YouTube channel, go over there and subscribe. And my friends, I will see you next time.